Hello, welcome to your practice today. I'm Becky and I'm going to take you through a nice short practice when you want to get some yoga in, you don't have much time, you really don't know what to do on your mat, so we're just going to go through a few nice poses that kind of work the whole body and fast and efficient. So let's start on our backs. Let's start with our knees bent. Arms at your side, palms up. We'll tuck the chin a little bit to create a little length in the back of the neck. We'll roll the shoulders down. We're just going to take a couple breaths here just to let go of whatever we were doing right before we got on our mat and just to center ourselves for a little short, little fast, efficient practice. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel the belly fall. Feel the weight even on right shoulder, right hip, right foot, left foot, and on both arms. Everything's even. Even feel an evenness on the back of the head. Is the head leaning more to one side or the other? Get nice and even and balanced. We're going to inhale. With your exhale, bring the right knee into the chest. Hug the knee for a moment. Feel that nice stretch on the low back. We'll stretch right foot up to the ceiling and we're going to circle the right ankle nice and slow. Let your toes move around a bit. Let's take those circles in the opposite direction. And we'll point and flex the right foot. Nice stretch in the leg. And keeping that ankle joint mobile. Keep the right foot flexed. Inhale. With the exhale, bring the right knee back into the chest. Inhale again. With the exhale, lift your head up towards the knee, shoulders down, neck long. Let's keep our left knee bent, left foot on the floor. That just helps us to engage the core a little bit better. Inhale, lower the head. We're going to bring right foot down to the mat. With both knees bent, feet on the floor, we'll rock the hips side to side. Nice, slow little rocking motion. We'll bring the knees to center. Inhale with your exhale, left knee comes into the chest. Retuck the chin a little bit, relax the shoulders. A couple breaths here into the low back. And then we'll stretch left foot up to the ceiling. Let's circle the left ankle in one direction. Let your toes move around. We'll circle in the opposite direction. We'll point and flex the left foot. Get the left leg working, getting a stretch. Keep the left foot flexed. Inhale with your exhale. Bring the left knee back into the chest. Inhale again, exhale, lift your head up, shoulders down, neck long. We'll keep our right knee bent, right foot on the floor, and then just pressing the waistline down towards the floor, belly soft and relaxed. Inhale, lower the head, we'll bring left foot to the mat. With both feet on the floor, rock the hips a little side to side. Bring the knees to center. Inhale with your exhale. Both knees come into the chest. Hug the knees. We're going to roll the whole back side to side. So shoulders and hips roll as far over, as little over, as fast or as slow as feels good. You can let the head go the same direction as the knees, or you can keep the head centered. So this is just bringing blood circulation, massage to all those muscles in the back body. Bring the knees to center. We'll stretch both feet up to the ceiling, feet hip width apart, feet flexed. Take a little yoga walk. One knee bends, opposite foot stretches up to the ceiling. Nice and slow. Give yourself a little imaginary resistance as you push each foot up to the ceiling. Let's bring both knees back into the chest. Hug the knees, feet flex. So that's going to give our calves a little nice stretch. Inhale again, exhale, lift your head up towards the knee, shoulders down, neck long. You can always bring one hand behind the neck, big breaths, trying to compress the belly with the thighs and take big breaths at the same time. So this is working all those internal organs. They get a little squeeze and release with each breath cycle. Inhale, lower the head. Use your abdominals. Don't let the back arch away from the mat. We're gonna bring feet down to the floor. They can come down one at a time. Once your feet are down on the mat, keep the knees bent, feet hip width apart. We'll walk the feet back a little bit. We're gonna go into a pelvic tilt. So the knees are kind of stacked over the ankles, arms at your side, palms up. We're gonna inhale, press the tailbone down into the mat. The waistline arches up. And then exhale, we press the waistline down. Tailbone curls up, but we don't lift the hips. So just nice and slow back and forth. Inhale, tailbone presses down. Exhale, waist presses down. So this is really great for loosening up tension, tightness in the low back and in the hips. Inhale, tailbone presses down. Exhale, waist presses down. And we don't want to overly use the abs here. So we're trying to activate those muscles of the back, the hip flexors, the psoas, instead of really using the abdominals to make this movement. Good, then come to neutral. Bring both knees back into the chest, hug the knees, a couple more rolls side to side. Bring everything to center. Use your abdominals again. Don't let the back arch. We're going to bring feet down to the mat. This time we're going to go into bridge pose. We're going to go into bridge pose from that pelvic tilt. So knees bent, knees kind of stacked over the heels, feet hip width apart, arms at your side, palms up. You're going to inhale first, exhale, press your waistline down into the mat. Inhale, lead with the tailbone, lift up nice and slow, one vertebra at a time, however high feels good. It can be a low bridge, medium bridge, higher bridge. Walk those shoulders a little bit in towards each other. So that's going to open the heart, open the chest, and work the upper back. Arms at your side, palms up. Press the backs of the arms into the floor, tops of the shoulders into the floor, feet evenly into the floor. Knees are parallel. Imagine you have a yoga block between the knees. Belly stays nice and soft, even hollowed out a little bit, so no over efforting in the belly. Bottom slightly firm, and imagine your knees sliding away from the hips to activate the legs, activate those hip flexors. Big breaths into the low belly. We're going to lower down now with breath. Inhale, with your exhale, start to roll shoulders out, lower the spine down one vertebra at a time. Once you come all the way down, we'll hug knees into the chest and roll side to side. So bridge is great for upper body, the shoulders, the low back. It's a slight inversion. So it's just a great pose to do. Let's use the abdominals, bring feet down to the mat. One at a time, stretch the legs out. Let the front of the hips open, back of the knees open. Arms reach up overhead. We're going to reach right side a little longer, left side a little longer. So get the hips kind of shifting as well. So the whole body stretching. We're not just stretching from the waist up. We're stretching through the bottoms of the feet all the way through the fingertips. Bring everything to center. Arms come down by your side. Roll onto one side. Either side, doesn't matter. And then use your arms to help you up into hands and knees. Table pose. So once we get into our hands and knees, we want our fingers spread nice and wide apart, index fingers parallel with each other. Our wrists are under our shoulders and our knees are under our hips. We're going to go into our cat-cow breath. So exhale, round the spine up, tuck the chin. Inhale, arch, slide the heart forward, slide the shoulders back. Get some movement in the upper back. Exhale, when you round. Inhale, when you arch, keep the neck nice and long. Both when you round the spine and both when you arch the spine. We don't want to lift the chin and look up towards the ceiling. That just really compresses the back of the neck. So nice long neck. Bring now a little free-form movement. So you can shift the hips side to side, the shoulders. You can rock forward and back. You can bend the elbows. So if you've got any parts of the body that have been a little tight, maybe just kind of lean into that body part and send some breath, send some energy, send some prana into that area of the body. So prana is our life force. It's our chi. Like in traditional Chinese medicine, we have chi. In yoga, we have prana. On your next exhale, shift back into child's pose. Big toes barely touching, knees separate apart a little bit, and then bring your forehead down to rest. So I like to stack my hands on top of each other and rest my forehead on the hands. You can also have your forehead on the mat. You can have a block here. You can also have hands back by your feet with the palms up. So whatever feels good to your upper body, lower body. Couple breaths. Breathe into the low back. Breathe into the rib cage. Breathe into the upper back. Good. From child's pose, we're going to go into downward dog. Stretch your hands as far forward as they'll go. Elbows up off the mat. Come up to hands and knees. Bring the knees a little closer together. Hands are at least shoulder width apart. They can even be a little wider if that feels better to your shoulders. Fingers spread. Curl your toes under. Inhale. With your exhale, lift up and shift back into this downward dog. Spread the toes out on the mat. Tuck the chin. Little tiny bend in the knees as you lift the tailbone a little higher. So trying to keep a little curve in the low back. We don't want a rounding in the low back. Let's walk the dog now. We're going to walk it out. One heel lowers, opposite heel lowers. Getting a nice stretch in the legs, nice stretch in the spine. Let the neck be relaxed. Belly pulls in and up. So we got this little inversion going on here. The head is lower than the heart, so we've got blood going to the brain, the facial muscles, the skin of the face, so you get a nice glow. Let's bring both knees down, shift back into child's pose. Get comfy in your child's pose, and let's wobble hips and shoulders side to side. Some nice slow breaths. We just let the fingers wiggle or the wrist circle just to get a little circulation back in the hands. Well, we're going to take one more downward dog. Stretch the hands as far forward as they'll go. Come up to hands and knees. Knees come a little closer together. Curl the toes under. Inhale. With your exhale, lift up, shift back. Great. Now, from our downward dog, we're going to come forward into a plank. So move your shoulders over the wrist. Pull the belly button up towards the spine. Lift up between the shoulder blades and tuck the tailbone. We don't want an arch in the low back. The body is flat like a board. We're going to drop down to knees, shift back into child's pose. A few of those wrist circles or wiggle the fingers, and then wobble hips and shoulders a little side to side. Come back up to sitting. We're going to come all the way back down onto our back. So swing the feet around. Lower yourself all the way back down onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. We'll roll side to side. Roll shoulders and hips. Just kind of ironing out that back body. Bring the knees to center. Use your abdominals. We're going to bring feet down to the mat. Great. We're going to go into a spinal twist to end out our practice. We're going to stretch the left leg out on the mat. Exhale, bring the right knee in. The left hand will be on the right knee, right arm at your side, palm up. Both feet are flexed. Inhale, with your exhale, bring that right knee over to the left. We roll onto the left hip. Right shoulder stays down on the mat. That right palm is up. And then your head can stay centered, looking straight up, or you can look over either shoulder. Big breaths into the low belly. So twists are great to balance the body. Great, they help with digestion, elimination, and just a nice way to end out our little fast and efficient practice. Inhale, bring the right knee to center, bring the right foot to the floor. Let's bend both knees. Adjust hips and shoulders. We'll take it to the other side. Right leg stretches out, right foot flexed. Exhale, bring left knee in. Right hand will come to left knee. Left arm comes at your side, palm up. Both feet are flexed. Inhale, with your exhale, roll over onto that right hip. So the left knee comes over to the right. Left shoulder stays down on the mat with the left palm up. Big breaths into the low belly. Let the neck be comfortable. almost done with our practice. Nice and slow, let's inhale, bring the left knee up, left foot to the floor. Bend both knees, both feet on the floor, adjust hips and shoulders, and then one at a time, stretch the legs out. Let's stretch both arms up overhead. Reach the right side a little longer, left side a little longer. Just go a little side to side. Get that whole body involved in the stretch, all the way from the bottoms of the feet up through the fingertips. So it works the fascia all the way from one end of the body to the other. Bring everything to center. Arms come down by your side. We're going to get ready for a little final relaxation. So adjust hips and shoulders. You can have knees bent or legs stretched out. I'm going to have my knees bent in a constructive rest. So the feet go a little wide, the knees fall in on each other. Arms at your side, palms up. So whatever you choose for your final relaxation, let the body relax completely. Get the lower body comfortable. Get the upper body comfortable. And tune into the breath. Nice slow inhales, nice slow exhales. When we inhale, the belly rises gently. When we exhale, the belly falls gently. We create a little length in the back of the neck. We don't want the chin popping up towards the ceiling. Shoulders relax. And just know that you took a little bit of time to move the body, to connect your body and breath, so that mind-body connection is so important. The world just tries to distract us and put our attention on everything else. So just taking a few minutes like this each day to connect to our mind-body. And then you'll be more ready to just go out into the world and handle issues, solve problems, be with family, friends, co-workers. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. We're going to come out of our final relaxation, rolling onto one side. Use your arms to come up nice and slow, all the way up to seated. We're going to sit comfortable for your legs. I enjoy sitting on a block. But you get the lower body comfortable, whatever you need to get comfortable in the lower body. You can have your legs stretched out, you can be kneeling, cross-legged. We always, though, want the tailbone to move back slightly, heart to lift slightly, belly pulls in and up slightly, and those shoulders relax down slightly. Move the head a little side to side, lengthen the neck. Let that breath come into the low belly. We're going to bring palms together, thumbs at the heart. And just feel right palm, left palm meeting at the heart center. This ends our fast and efficient yoga practice. I'll see you next time. Namaste.